So they be calling you a radical. So, first and foremost, on this day, it's not a cliche. One day, or no. He was an anti-nuclear activist. He was a peace activist. Any peace activist, real peace activist, any true activists in the name of Jesus, Martin Luther King, Dorothy Day, so many anti-nuclear energy. He was a fierce anti-nuclear. Well, we need you. We need you in that community. He was a fierce anti-nuclear. So, Utah here is important that people in Utah understand that Utah is acute radical climate change, which is acute and radical in the last 10 years. Utah is in La-La-ville. Now, stay with me. This is important. Utah denial is not a river. It's a gone dry Great Salt Lake, dry lake effect. We're in a drought from hell. The dust storms that rise up, the molded grapes of wrath, which I named it before it happened. For I see for miles and miles. I get no credit for all this incredible work I did. So New Scale, the little SMRs. This is the Looneyville that we live here in Utah. Psychoville. This is the freak show that we live here in Utah. Governor Cox, who I asked, he doesn't even know what an SMR is. Yes, but he's in bed with Bill Gates in Wyoming to fund it. We have a bill called AMPS. I was paramount on getting that bill 20 years ago. Sun, solar, and wind. They stole it. The only one inside the Utah State Legislature fiercely battling in them fight against teams of lobbyists, one full of cancer, plumb full of leukemia, was Kevin Blanch. Remember me in there, sucked up to nothing in my gown across the memory girl from the LDS State Bone, 119 pounds. My own doctor would take me over there with my nurses. In my gown. Blue Castle on the green. Why not put a statue up of Ted Bundy on I-15? Spit in the face. Cox grew up in Southern Utah. He doesn't care. You know, Mike Lee, my dad was a downwinder. He don't care. They're all pro. SMR, so this SMR, Santa Claus, Easter Bunny, Tooth Fairy, they don't exist. There's no such thing. Utah not going to fund them. Utah has been funding them for several years now, to the tune of $500 million. New Scale from hell. Corrupt as hell. The CEO of New Scale and the head of the Trump NRC worked together at Idaho National Lab. Pop, pop, pop. Remember when they blew up there? They're in denial. People are in denial. I talked to a guy the other day. His mother died of leukemia. She was born in Tokyo, just a couple years after Fukushima. She died young. His son got it in 2012, survived, and he's telling me it was from natural uranium in Wyoming. Oh, okay, this is the Looneyville we live in. We think we can do anything, so Utah's funding these little SMRs. Bill Gates stole the operating system. The operating system was invented in here in Utah, just like the television. You know, Philo Farnsworth on Balco on chemo. Alan Ashton, Bruce Bastion. He invented the operating system. Word perfect, shift F13. Well, it had 99% of the mark. Bill Gates stole it, fair and triangle. He stole it. We've had litigation fly all over against Bill Gates. Word perfect, remember they were going to cross-hatch with each other? Steve Jobs' mouse, I Omega, word perfect. Stole it. Nobel from hell. What? No, my brother was the CFO there then. When Smith rolled into town. Where did he come from? Sun Micro? What? Well, yeah. And Lula, remember they had $1 billion cash? Gone. Gates, fair and square. Where did he get all that money to just flood out? He didn't invent anything. So the reward degenerate Utah, who's so degenerate and sick in their mind, it's disturbing, their pyramid scheme. I'm inside that legislature. Why are you voting for this? Why are you bailing out Energy Solutions? Jobs. The day they bailed out Energy Solutions dump site of that, they laid off half their workforce, which is about 40 people. For real. Because gifting's legal in Utah. So the SMR Utah, it's coming out of your light bill, your power bill. It's called that. It comes right out of your bill. They're just stealing it. There's no SMR. Remember, they're going to have 24 by 2020. They're going to have 12. They're going to have 6. They're never going to have any. There's no such thing. They're not doing anything. Tim lives up there in Corvallis. He says they had this big thing. They're driving around Bugattis and what. Now they're going public. Yeah, it's all the rage. They're going to be a Silicon Slopes unicorn. Okay. All your money can another minute buy. Gone dry lake, dust in the wind. You know, so, no, I mean, it's a freak show. But this is important. The Great Salt Lake was at normal levels. My historic work, I mean, my spiral jetty work, I mean, what a video. If digital things are worth money, how much is that video worth? It's the only video ever shot in the history of the spiral jetty besides, Smithson's videos when he built it. My family built the thing. I was out there the day when he built it. My family built it. And only video ever shot. Perfect level. I mean, what an artist using an art. What a documentation. The Great Salt Lake, this is all acute in the last 10 years. And you're going to go in denial. I predicted every bit of it. I predicted the typo wipeout. I predicted the salmon collapse. I predicted all of it. Plutonium fires, heat bubbles going to come over the Western Heights. Great Salt Lake. I predicted every bit of this for Hamlet and Cassandra. They got together. They had a baby. Oh, cursed spite that I was ever born to set this right. I watched you dump some nuclear fallout in the Nevada test site in my father's ear, Claudius. I watched it. Betrayal is a bitch, and there's a byproduct of betrayal. If you don't fight back, shut up, boy. Get to fucking work. You're way too pretty to have an opinion. My nuked to death father, before he was nuked to death, I was not born with these scars across my face. I knew what he meant. This journey, a lot of pain, a lot of suffering. Everybody says in Utah. I did an interview in Germany, I remember, and the guys are like, why do you do all this incredible work? Your work is historic and unbelievable, yet nobody in the United States appreciates you. What? I mean, they don't care. Why are you protecting these people? They don't give a shit. They don't care. They're degenerate. The guy says to me, I agree. Who said I was? I'm fighting for the unborn. I'm fighting for the children of this world. I'm fighting for my grandkids. I have grandchildren. I love my grandchildren. That's what grandparents are supposed to do. I'm not fighting for them. Who said I was fighting for any of them? How about them Cowboys? This is degenerate America. The most expensive sports franchise in the world. Well, they say. In the United States anyway. $6.5 billion. Trump said it's a bad investment. When he had the New Jersey Generals, Herschel Walker, the most overrated player in history. Remember the Cowboys traded the brilliant genius Tom Landry, and they fired him through the media. Tom Landry drafted him like the 8th round. He says, the USFL go broke. Well, rights in the trade. Remember the trade to the Vikings, the greatest trade in NFL history that gave the NFL? Tom Landry orchestrated that chance, and they fired him. The legend, the combine legend, the genius, the legend. So then they haven't. What does the Cowboys ever want? They got destroyed in that game. It was referees flag, and then they throw a fit at the end of the game. The penalties at the end of that game in the fourth quarter, I think, were 13-0 against the Niners. The NFL, they want a game to go down to the last second, and then in the last few minutes, timeout, last an hour and a half. You know how much money they make at the end of those games if those games are tied at the end of those games? 20, 30, 40 million in television, because both teams have 3 timeouts. And we go to, and then the 2-minute warning, then this, that. Then let's have another booth review. Let's have 35 booth. I mean, it's all money. It's a cliche. Redskins the Washington football team, whatever their name is. Cowboys versus, it's a spaghetti western on Balco. It's a freak show. Do you remember the face of a pretty girl? Where'd you sleep last night? Don't you lie to me, Blanche. I slept in the pines, where the songs from Fukushima, Japan. Oh, they always sound. Don't you lie to me, girl. Way up from the high. We live in a freak show. Duke Energy is clean green. I'm Santa Claus. I'm Easter Bunny. I'm the Tooth Fairy. Oh, boy. Here's your soup in the ranch. Shh. Closing walls and ticking clock. Shoot a tomato soup can off my head.